What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Matt here from Flat Fender Crawlers. Today we got something very different on the bench. I'm going to show you my new comp rig. This is CBE RCFAB Warhawk chassis, and it is a work of art. Let's get up close here. I'll show you what we got going on. This thing is ridiculous. I've only got a little bit of runtime in it so far. We got to use it after USTE in Florida. We went to Flagler Beach and got just a little runtime before I broke a steering link. But we are all set now. So let's take a look. Let's get this body off. This is ridiculous. Working with the Warhawk chassis. It is based off of an SCX10 transmission, 3-gear trans. So we've got 2.2 CBE RCFAB. They're called their adamantium claw wheels. Inside of these wheels are tungsten slugs that keep the weight at the bottom all the time. These things are crazy. Jonathan knocked it out of the park with this. Currently, I'm set up with a Holmes Hobbies revolver outrunner, the snub nose, 2040 kilovolt motor, but I will be taking that out probably today, in fact. You can see I still got a slipper clutch on here. I've got an incision slipper eliminator. We got 48 pitch spur gear. We got an 11 tooth pinion gear and a Holmes, not a Holmes, excuse me, a Brood brushed 35 turn motor. A little bit of runtime I did get with this. I noticed that this small outrunner was a little jumpy. It was something I wanted to try. I'd never tried one, so we went with it, gave it a shot, and I decided that I just want to go back to brushed. So let's give a little more rundown here. We got a Micro X ESC tucked down in there, my Futaba receiver. We have a PST, so Power Shift Technologies servo winch. I believe this is the 300 low profile PST 300. We have the NSDRC PS 800 steering servo. This thing is a monster. It's extremely fast, has so much torque. In fact, it had so much torque that it broke a rod end on my steering link. But we're good to go now. We got titanium link. This is a portaled rear and a 10.2 F9 front axle. We've got weighted knuckles, plastic drive shafts to keep this thing as light as possible. Everything that's done on this truck is to keep it as light as possible, except for the weight that we need in the wheels. Got some big bore shocks with some mini T-springs. And check these out here. That's what it pays to have friends with creative minds. Look at these shock mounts. Jonathan made these over at CBE. Instead of mounting at the top like this, cut that off. He printed out these mounts so we get the offset mount to give this thing the buttery smooth suspension travel. There's no binding, there's no jumpy. It's just smooth and rolls just like it needs to. This chassis is just absolutely beautiful. I'm excited to get it out and There you go. It's designed with that creep body. But I'm very anxious and excited to get this out on the rocks and really get some more time in with it. Just get familiar with it. I mean, driving this truck is very different than driving anything else I've ever owned. And I'm going to get that brushed motor swapped in. I'm going to get it out on the rocks. Hopefully this weekend. It's supposed to be 70 degrees here in Colorado. And I'll be closed on Sundays at my pizza shop. So I'm hoping to get this thing out. Start getting some practice, some run time in. I definitely want to try to make it to Crawlapalooza with this year. So go do some running. So stay tuned in, guys. I will get this thing updated with the brushed motor and 48 pitch spur and small tooth pinion gear, and get it smoothed out and out on the rocks. That's all I got. I just wanted to introduce you to that one today. Thank you for checking in. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Hit the like button for me. And we'll check you on the next one. Thanks.